Welcome back to Loudmouth, the podcast where three loud dudes scream in the very hot rooms. I fucked up that intro, but I'm here with FPS Diesel.
Hi.
And Quite. And I'm Brandon. And today, the first question for the podcast I have for you two is, a lamp genie has given you two choices. Take $1 million right now, or receive $100 every time you masturbate from now on. Which one do you choose and why? Go.
Okay, Mike, go first.
$100 every time I masturbate.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like I'd have more at the end of the day.
Well, okay, hold on. So you're telling me you jerk off enough times to produce $1 million in how short of a time?
Well, let's do the math. Like, that's $1 million that I'm probably going to burn through irresponsibly because bad habits. But 100. Let's do the math. So $1 million divided by 100, right? I only have to nut 10,000 times.
That's a lot of nuts.
Okay, so how many times do you realistically have to nut in that period of time?
Okay, you know what? I think I might change my answer to $1 million because I don't think I could do 10,000 nuts.
I mean, I think it. Well, you will. You'll accumulate it
over a
time.
lifetime, yeah. But it's like I could be making more if I just invested that $1 million in the right place.
Well, think about it this way: if you nut twice a day every day for an entire year, like you're getting
still
there.
not. I'm still not even a tenth done.
Yeah, but
no,
like
I would totally take the $100 because the $1 million could just disappear, right? But you can always get more money. Like, let's say you need $100. Like, let's say you're a restaurant, right? You need $100.
You know what? Yeah.
You just go to the
I'm with you
stalls
now.
and jerk off.
Just, you know what? I'm just like, it's like, fuck, I didn't bring any money. You just hop in the bathroom and just rub one out real fast.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you can nut in the back of a Cracker Barrel, okay?
I haven't tried in the back of a Cracker Barrel, but
if I needed money, I'd do it. Because it's like, I would definitely rather pick the $100 every time you masturbate.
I mean, is that basically self-prostitution?
No, you're getting...
I mean, no. Maybe God's paying you. God's watching you jerk off.
Why was the trigger action masturbation? Why not like something like equally as like
weird?
What, shitting?
Yeah, why not?
Because I can masturbate more than I can shit.
Bro, you just gotta eat a lot of fiber.
Just use the $100 to buy laxatives.
No, I don't want to be pooping is not as enjoyable as jerking
Brandon,
off.
Where did you steal this from?
Really
Brandon, where did you steal this from?
Reddit. Where'd you think?
I don't know. I haven't been on Reddit.
Like, where else would it have come from?
King Anna is playing Counter-Strike.
Look, I'm just saying, receiving $100 every time you masturbate is like getting an extra reward on top of getting an orgasm.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair. I'm sticking with my original answer.
Like, that makes orgasm 100 times better because you get $1 for it.
You could also make like up to $300 a day, depending. Like, some people could probably push it to 7.
You could push that, yeah.
They're weird. People who, do it 7 times a day are weird.
Bro, that's like, the thing is though, like, if you could do that, that's like the most stable income in the world.
Because you can always do it. I mean,
yeah.
until your dick stops working.
How much would you make a year if it, like, here, let me do the math real quick. Let's say you did it 3 times a day, right? 3, 6, 5. You'd make $100,000 a year jerking off.
And that takes, I mean, I don't know about you, but that takes me barely any time. So, like...
that is a long-term investment right there, okay? That is totally
when you wake up before you go to bed and one at lunch.
What happens if you just, like, don't, like, work then? What are you going to do about income? Like, your dick just stops working.
I mean, you got
Viagra.
all this... Save your money, dude.
Just buy Viagra.
Buy Viagra? I don't know how Viagra works. I don't know if it just
Neither
makes your dick hard
or
it makes, like...
Well,
your
if
dick
you take
ejaculate.
enough, your dick will stay hard forever.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're gonna come.
Brandon, I think that might just kill you.
Okay, I've never understood this. If like a Viagra's like, please seek medical attention.
Have you ever watched a Viagra commercial where they're just like, if you've had an erection longer than 4 hours, see your doctor? Like, clearly, there's a symptom of having an erection longer than 4 hours.
Okay, look, if I have an erection that's lasting more than 4 hours, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm using all 4 of those hours.
If you have an erection that lasts for like longer than 4 hours, though, like. With the blood that's in your dick, like, do you need that somewhere else?
Your head.
I mean, as long as your dick's not so big you pass out every time you get erect.
Oh, I don't have any issues then.
Wait, what was the world record? Wait, what was that one dude who, like, died jerking off how many times a day? Like,
I forgot.
It was a lot.
It was like 27. One second. Man.
Really? I thought it was like 30 something.
How does that kill you, though? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, no, it was 62 times. Okay, so, like, let's say if you go to 61, right? Let's say you go to 61, and that's like the cat to death.
I think once you reach 30, you're already pushing it. Like, you're pushing
Bro, like,
your
that
luck.
dude just had, like, ultimate stamina.
You could make $6,000 a day if you could jerk off 61 times.
You know how frequently you have to check off?
Hey,
dude, it's a full 8-hour workday. Come on, man.
This was in 2013. Actually, this was this year. This was this year, February. Man dies after masturbating 62 times straight on Valentine's.
Did he? Wait, why did he die? Was it the drugs that he took to let him do it, or like what?
He didn't take any drugs. He just kept going. That's why he died.
I'm reading the article now.
Wait, how does that kill you?
This happens all the time.
No, listen to this. David's mother told reporters 1 hour since I had called him out for lunch. David was the kind boy to steal food off your plate when you weren't looking. I knew something was wrong when he didn't come out to eat. He was a great kid. So this mom found her kid just dead from fucking masturbation. It's awful.
Oh my god!
You just die of like. First of all, that crime scene must have looked like a mess. Second of all,
oh my god, dude! Holy shit, this is gruesome. Holy fuck.
How long until you think he
His
just like
dick.
ran out of nut?
Well, listen. Well, clearly his dick gave out. His dick was detached from his body.
What? Oh my god! Oh fuck! Oh.
He was left-handed. He was left-handed. They found his dick gripped in his left hand so tightly they couldn't get it out.
Rigor mortis! Rigor mortis! I feel awful for laughing at this, but it's like. Diesel, dude, if somebody listens to this in the car, Diesel's laugh is so infectious it's gonna make them crash.
Oh my god. Wait,
okay,
no.
like all I can think is like, what he was like nutting and he just ripped it out. Like,
Yeah. Like his nuts were so intense he ripped off his dick and died.
That's fucking
okay,
metal.
so he
That's
died of
fucking metal,
shock?
dude.
Like, what was the cause of death? Was it shock?
I don't know.
From the pain?
It literally just says, like, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the cause of death. It just says, well, okay, listen to this line of the article. It is speculated that he was suffering from depression due to being extremely lonely on Valentine's Day. And then he jerked off 62 times. I'm trying to find the cause of death, but, like, it doesn't really say. It just says
I mean, we
the
can
young
only
man-
speculate. Like,
It just says the
obviously
young man
shock.
was... Yeah, it just says the young man was on his bed. His penis was detached from his body. It must have been so intense it just came off his body. We found his
And
penis
what, he
gripped
died
in his left
instantly
hand.
upon ripping his phallus off his body?
Maybe he bled out.
Like, I mean, if
actually,
he,
I
if,
don't
like,
know
That
about
would make
that.
sense.
if his
That
dick
would
came
make
off
sense.
while he had a boner, like, yeah, like that shit just comes flooding out. Yeah.
So then he
This
just
isn't-
immediately passed out from blood loss?
This was in South Africa.
Oh.
All these stories are not in America.
I've heard of stories like this from America, too.
I've heard. Well, I mean, the next one's a Brazilian teenager dies after masturbating 42 times.
Why are they jerking off so much, man? The guys, stop jerking
They're
off so
lonely.
much.
Dude, it's because they get $100 each time they do it.
They
That
made
was
the
the
deal
real
with the
secret
devil.
here.
They made the deal with the devil.
Like, I feel bad laughing at this kind of stuff, but like this, like the headline is just so fucking funny.
I
like,
don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad. It's a fucking ridiculous way to die.
It is, but it's still tragic.
Like,
Well, death
Yeah,
is sad, but it's funny how they died, you know?
dude, the headline is literally like, man dies after jerking off 62 fucking times. How can you not laugh at that?
I'm not saying you can't, because you definitely cannot. Like, you can't not laugh. Wait, you can't not laugh at that shit. But still, like, I feel a little bad, but still, it's fun.
I'm trying to
I
find the.
I mean,
I'm trying to find the
I've
way
had
this dude
moments
died.
in my life where I was lonely, but like...
Did you
never-
masturbate to
never that
death?
much. No,
Okay,
I don't
so
know
the- so
how
the
you're
guy-
that lonely that you do
The guy
that.
who went 42 times died from what's speculated to be lack of food or water.
Okay.
So that guy died a normal death. But the 62 times, he probably died from just ripping his dick off.
Oh, that's metal. He
Yeah.
could have kept going if he had not ripped his wiener off, I guess, by that logic.
Bro, like, fucking imagine. That would...
Like I
Dude,
guess
he
he
must
stopped
have
for
been-
water breaks.
Like, how the fuck would you, like... How would you be able to, like, go that long and to rip your dick off and be okay with it?
It gets boring when you're pushing really high numbers like that. Like,
Yeah, like...
you're not even gonna feel it anymore.
yeah, it's just gonna be pain. It's like, what the fuck?
You know when
He
a
literally-
Joker has a gun and it goes like bang, like with the little sign? That's what his dick was at the end.
Just
bang.
what the fuck? How do you rip your... That's disgusting. Just like, it's just, oh my god.
No, you know
How the
that
fuck do you do do that?
There's a video of like the black guy and it's like loud orgasm. Like you can look it up on YouTube. It's like a meme video.
So I should look up black guy loud orgasm.
I swear to God, that's a meme where where he's yelling. Quackity's
Well,
used
it
the
came up
sound
with
effect.
porn websites.
No, Quackity's used the sound effect of the guy
Oh
like yelling.
wait! I got it. Wait, that's an orgasm sound.
Yes.
Oh,
So like he makes that sound and just rips it clean off.
and he dies.
But yeah, I didn't know that was until I stumbled across it one day. Though I was looking for sound effects for a video.
So, I mean, like, if that dude made the deal with the devil of receiving $100 every time he jerked off, his mom had $6,000 from his death.
Well, that's pretty fucking cheap.
Yeah,
That means he was worth $6,000.
he ripped his dick off for $6,000.
He died a rich man.
Have you seen that old video from the BME Pain Olympics where the guy like
Please stop. I know this
smashes his-
website.
Okay, so that's a fake video. Did you know that?
Wait, what
Okay,
video? What
I
video?
didn't know. I don't know what specific video you're talking about, but I know what website you're talking about, and I know for a fact everything on there is fucking disgusting.
Wait, which
Okay,
video? Wait, what
okay,
website?
okay,
What
okay.
website? What website?
So this is like it's part of a competition where people kind of like push the boundaries on their body. It's kind of
They
like
basically they'll put a staple gun through their dick.
Okay,
and
but what
post it on
website?
Video.
Pain
Olympics.
You've never seen this video, the BME Pain Olympics?
Oh, that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but the one where the guy like smashes his testes with like a mallet and like chops his dick off, that didn't happen. So that's a fake video if you've ever seen it. It's from the early days of the internet, where you go to pirate a movie and you get this weird video where this guy chops his wiener off.
When all those fucking weird ass websites were super prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're just like buried.
You'll never find stuff like that on the internet these days, but those are like you can still find
Thank
the shock
Christ.
videos. I feel like part of the
Disgusting.
internet mystery is gone then.
But like, it was the Pain Olympics. Oh yeah, wait. Actually no. You'd be able to find it, but you probably wouldn't be able to find it through the Google search engine. You'd probably have to use Bing because Google filters a lot.
Use Bing to
So.
search up violent porn.
Yeah, because I mean, like Bing search engine's awful anyways. Like you'd probably search something super family friendly up and just get like I don't know, Pain Olympics. Like it's an awful fucking search engine.
Regular Olympics.
Yeah, just be. You look up man dies from jerking off and it just comes up to the Olympics.
It somehow it interprets jerking off as beef jerky. Like someone chokes on beef jerky and that's an argument.
God fucking damn it. Okay, I think we've talked enough about masturbation and money. Now let's talk about something completely fucking unrelated. Let's talk about Roblox politics. So I know Quite knows about this because I showed him some of the things. But Diesel, do you have any idea what like Roblox politics is?
I've heard that I've seen the Twitter accounts of nations that exist in Robloxia, but I don't pay attention.
Okay, so there's a whole ecosystem of nations in Roblox, right? And they all work on Twitter, and basically there's like it's just an entire ecosystem. Like there's the independent Roblox edition, there's CNN Roblox edition, there's the White House Roblox edition. Like all this shit exists, and this is gonna be like a segment we're gonna do, maybe recurring, maybe not, we'll see, where we just kind of go over what's happening in the world of Roblox, because some of it is ridiculous. Like, for example, in the UK in Roblox, the Labour Party has withdrawn from the national government, and there's like an official, like, fucking, like,
Notice of withdrawal from the national government.
There's an official notice. I just linked it in chat. It's like
Department
it's all
for
nice
Culture,
looking.
Media, and Sport. Dear Prime
Yeah.
Minister, I am writing to inform you that I have concluded that we can no longer operate as the junior partner in your national government. Parliament is in dire need of an effective and efficient opposition, and I feel it is of greater benefit for us to step up and take more responsibility in our position as His Majesty's official opposition for the sake of resignations of a few of us. It even has like a fucking signature.
Yeah, like this is, and like the signature is like the dude's username, and I can't read it, but it's like
Karanka123 or something.
yeah, Karanka123 is his fucking username. And it's the
Secretary of State for Culture, Media, and Sport, leader of the Labor Party. This is
And
too
then-
good.
And then the Labour Party won the Australian election in Roblox. And then we also have the leader of Korea in Roblox is saying June 8th, the rebirth of Korea is happening on June 8th. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Diesel, you want to give it a try? That's his name.
Kim Il Hyung.
Yeah, that's I
Kim
think that's
Il-hung.
it. I don't know. I don't speak Korean. I'm
Kim
sorry.
Il-hyung.
And Kim's pinned tweet is: a peaceful community starts with peaceful people. In order to achieve peaceful community, everyone must first each peace themselves.
Must first reach peace themselves.
It doesn't say. It doesn't. Oh, it does say reach. Okay. First much peace themselves. Yeah. So basically, there's an entire sub community on Roblox, with just political, like nations and things like that, and there's like actual politics to it. Like for example, the White House for Roblox made a tweet, saying the SWAT arrested 30 plus criminals and gang members. In
Damn,
Roblox.
that's better than real American police force.
The White House Roblox.
Yeah, the White House Roblox. And then Kim also tweeted, I can't help but laugh at those who attempt to educate me on the DPRK, yet they get every single one of their facts wrong. Here's some examples. DPRK is communist. No, it's just, wait, I can't read that word.
DJT Roblox or DJT Roblox. Bruce T. Wayne. 46th
That's not what
President
I'm
of the
reading.
United States. Personal
That's not what
account.
I'm reading.
19. Politically active.
No, I'm reading Kim's tweet from the Korean leader in Roblox.
I
That's the
was
word.
reading this fucking like Bruce Wayne Roblox president thing. I was confused.
Oh, the
Okay.
Roblox president?
What?
It's
The people running these accounts, are they children?
no, they can't be.
They're
No, they
very
can't
well
be.
versed in politics, and it's clearly like the most in-depth role play I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
But like the
It
language is like actual government stuff.
Yeah. Like,
This is
I'm
really
pretty sure.
strange.
Like, yeah, and then like the 18th president of the Roblox US tweeted that wouldn't have been able to access anything beyond the server's name, whether you own it or not. Nothing more, nothing less, and it would have only been used to field people for jobs in the intelligence community. Most spies don't use Roblox groups for organization. That's an actual tweet from the Roblox fucking president. So.
The Roblox
really-
president is named Timothy Geithner. What is
Yep.
this?
He's the Roblox president. Respect
I'm
him.
pretty sure they have like an election cycle too.
I mean, I'd assume so. They
Yeah,
run
so-
parallel to their real-world counterparts.
Yeah, there's also a Discord, which I'm probably gonna join to see like what happens in there.
Please
but,
link
like,
me. I want to check that out.
I definitely want to like go into this more and like.
Oh,
find
Brandon, you should have said
really
the
funny
Discord.
shit.
Fuck.
We should make our own country and like become like
Just
an
make one
authoritarian
up.
leader in Roblox politics.
That's like a lot of like effort though. Like like what I just showed you is only scraping the surface. Like I
Like
don't
these
know.
guys are like dedicated to their fucking craft. We do not have time for that, Diesel. We do not have
Yeah,
the
we-
dedication or willpower that these guys
we
do.
don't have time to go home and just be like, I'm gonna go run my Roblox nation. Like we don't have time to
Like this is
Gonna
like
go
they're
run
actually running fucking nations here. Like this is like more than just role play at the moment. Like they're just fucking like
Well,
they're managing
I would
entire
prefer
economies.
I would prefer if a new world order took over all of the Roblox nations and caused some absolute havoc. I think it'd be
Empire.
very funny. It's a very interesting like simulation of real world politics. This is like one of the longest form running like experiments basically on what politics works like on such a small scale. I think you
Yeah.
could actually learn like something about politics by looking at this, which is really funny.
My Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox fucking politics. Like, I definitely want to look more into that and update with some like interesting shit. That'd be really funny because it'd be like, I'd love to see like, Roblox North Korea starts war with Roblox China or something like that. So I think that'd be really funny. But like, they're probably not actually kids because there's a new privacy policy update that you've been getting everywhere. Twitter's now banning users that are under the age of 16.
Oof.
So, and that's something to do with the laws in the EU, I believe, because they need to abide by it like on a global scale. So like if you're 16 or under 16, you have a Twitter account, and don't put your age in your bio because that's apparently how they're finding people, because people are putting like 14 in their bio or something, and then they're getting banned. So even if their age is a lie on it, so just don't tell them
Wait,
your
so
age.
like the new age to have a Twitter account is fucking 16. It's not 13 anymore.
Yeah, due to laws in the EU or something
That's
like that.
fucking
I think
weird.
it's the EU. But
That's
like
the reason all the privacy policies are getting updated too, right? The E EU.
Yeah, because they set a precedent, and then the other countries have to follow because they operate in both. So we're stuck following their rules. I mean, like it's probably a good thing. I don't know much about it. Do you know about it, Diesel?
All I saw was Ryan Johnson tweet out a Star Wars title crawl that was just an update to the privacy policy.
Well, we're all in the dark there, but
I'm
yeah.
just seeing
So
privacy policy memes all over the place.
yeah, because it's fucking everywhere.
I mean, with what happened with Facebook, a
Fortnite
lot
privacy
of people,
policy update.
like a lot of people were updating their privacy policies to avoid what's happening with Mark Zuckerberg, or like, you know, with the stuff that's happening in the EU right now, they've been moving towards more like just ways to keep themselves safer from the EU government with their like the legality. Because you know you need a license to use your porn websites now, or is that just England? Either or, you shouldn't be charged to go to use porn websites.
I think that was no. I feel like that was proposed in a state.
No, you have to. Don't take this as like fact. I just remember reading somewhere that it's like you need to go to a gas station to purchase like a card to use.
I don't think it's
like,
England. I
porn
think it was a
sites.
state.
Was it a state? I don't
I'm
think it
pretty
was a
sure-
state. There's
I'm-
no way in hell.
I don't
No,
think it passed.
I'm pretty sure
but
it
it
was
was
a state.
proposed in a state. It might have been Rhode Island actually. One second.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
well,
Rhode Island was like
is
the
a
fucking state that
communist
they got a shit
hole,
ton of like
and we need
backlash
to
for it.
Let me make
free the
sure
porn.
before you call them the communist hole.
Oh, excuse me. I retract my former statement.
Oh, no,
I
it
love
was
the
Rhode
Rhode
Island.
Island people.
It was Rhode Island.
Never mind. I retract that statement.
Rhode
I
Island
retract
wants
my
you to
retraction.
apply. Rhode Island wants you to apply and pay $20 to look at porn.
No.
Why do you have to apply? What the fuck?
We got to
That's
make sure
stupid.
you're approved to look at titties.
Yeah, like what happens if you're denied? Like, will you get arrested if you look at porn?
Sorry, your
Like-
license to use porn has been denied. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Why do you need to apply? What do you need to do? What are you gonna do with porn? Huh? What are you gonna do with Pornhub? Like a Pornhub
Expose
membership?
be a child that gets exposed to it
Okay.
or something gay.
I mean,
Kids are exposed to like everything in middle school to like freshman year. Like I think that's when like most of the exposure to like the adult world happens.
I
in
mean, when
terms
I
of,
was like 13, 14, I just looked up like big boobs on Google, and then my world changed forever.
Can't say my experience was exactly the same, but I get it.
yeah. So, God,
I don't know.
That's
I feel
for-
like
Yeah,
like
it
that
was Rhode
world
Island.
shift is kind of like necessary though. Like kids being
oh,
sheltered until
totally.
they're 18.
It's 100% necessary. You need the like. That's one of the reasons why it's so good to go to like a public school when you're young, because you're with your peers, and it's like they'll culture you and you'll culture them based off
I
of what
mean,
you know.
I went to Catholic school, so you know I was only around white Catholic people.
You were hardcore, dude. That's-
It was pretty. So obviously, I'm a militant atheist now, but
I feel like that's what most of the time would happen.
you either become super religious or super not religious. I'm not really. I don't really give a shit. Some people think I'm not joking, but it's a joke. I just do not care.
Yeah, so Diesel, you can go on your rant about Rhode Island now.
Yeah, Rhode Island, free the porn. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to do that. I am now gonna run for Rhode Island Supreme Chancellor. I am the Senate.
Is that all you have to say?
Well, what else do I gotta say? Stop keeping porn from my people.
Okay, so speaking of porn, we have Mr. Beast being homophobic.
That is not related.
That might be the worst segue. Like that's probably the worst.
No,
one.
we've had worse. We've
No,
had
I
worse.
disagree. That was probably the worst one.
No, we've had worse.
In my opinion, that was the worst one.
Okay, so basically, Mr. Beast has been accused of being a homophobe based off of some slurs and quote unquote offensive jokes, right? And the whole article is basically like, hey, Mr. Beast does all those great things. He gives away money to people, but then they're like, but wait, he said words, and like that. Basically, they go on to slander him. Can I say that word without getting demonetized? I don't think I can.
I don't know if you can.
Only the gays are allowed to
I might
say
be
it.
able to. I don't know.
Well, I said demonetized.
Oh, demonetized?
I didn't say demonized. I mean, maybe. What about both? What about both? I'll just say the F word that starts with an A.
Look, just for money's sake, don't say it. But second of
Yeah.
all, I don't think words have power, and anybody should be allowed to say anything there.
Yeah, agreed. But basically, he said the F word that starts with an A to the same person twice in a joking manner, and actually, it was an inside joke. By the way, Henry knows the person that he was calling it, and it's an inside joke. Like they would do it in calls, so it's really dumb. They also accused Jimmy which is Mr. Beast. They're like, hey, it's homophobic because he wore a shirt saying I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
That's fucking hilarious.
They called that homophobic. So, they also said it was homophobic to say, quote unquote, window, like, this window is gay, or like Windows is gay or something. That was a tweet he made. So, like, this whole article is just a fucking joke. That's the best way to put it. Anything else, Vince? Any of you have anything to say besides that?
Shit
Go watch
article.
my video.
Bad.
Go watch the video. Is that it?
Yeah.
Mine should be up. Watch mine instead.
Watch both of ours.
Mine first.
No.
Nah,
Mine
Diesel's
is already
first,
up.
needs
Go
it
watch
more.
it.
Not
I
first,
need
Beeman.
more.
Most people,
Okay.
everybody's already seen yours, Diesel. You just came
Diesel,
out first.
lead us into a completely unrelated topic to Mr. Beast and homophobia.
All right, so you guys were kids once, right?
No.
Never. I was born a pair of sunglasses. That's
I
not
was
a child
born
phase. That
a
was
Patrick Minion.
that like, you know what that fucking minion reminds me of? It reminds me of the picture of like Patrick with Homer's head.
Okay, so for those of you at home, Brandon's profile picture on Discord is a minion from Despicable Me, but it's dressed as Patrick and looks like Patrick, so it's pink. It has Patrick's
It's
pants.
a pink Minion, but with like Patrick pants. That's pretty much what it is.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
disturbing, but I love it.
It's amazing.
So, the Minions is a movie from our childhood, or I guess
No, it is
It
not.
our
was. It was
childhood.
not.
No, it is not.
I meant the kids these days. It'll be a movie from their childhood.
Yeah, no. The movies I had when I was a child was like Jimmy Neutron the movie and SpongeBob
Hell
SquarePants
yeah.
the movie.
The
Like,
fucking
guys-
the Fairly Odd Parents, fucking Jimmy
Oh,
Neutron
Fairly Odd Parents
crossovers with
movie?
the shit. The Ben 10 live action movies.
Ew, that
I
movie
did
was
see that.
awful.
I did not see that, but that sounds fucking awful.
They were fantastic. SpongeBob movie.
I thought you were
Shrek.
gonna say fan made. I'm like, that explains.
I was
Shreks.
they look like fan made projects. That's how bad they
They're
are.
they're from 2005. Cut them a slack.
What? Oh, genuine movie I watched as a child, The Incredibles, which we should
Yes.
see
Yes.
this June. Just saying. Because it comes out. Actually, it comes out on my birthday, I think, the 21st. If
Shit,
I'm
we should see it. We should
not
see it when we're all together.
mistaken. How are you gonna see it? You're in your box.
Well, I mean, the box does what it
You
wants,
just
man.
take the
Yeah,
box and put
we'll
it somewhere
hope-
else.
well,
Oh, it
listen.
comes out June 15th. What movie comes out on my birthday?
Listen, we'll hope that the box is like where, like, puts me where you guys are in whatever time. It's got a mind of its own.
Okay.
Yes. No, when I
Um,
was talking about movies from our childhood, you know what I watched last night?
What?
Digimon the movie. Have you guys ever seen that?
I wasn't in Digimon as a kid. I was always Pokemon.
Do you know what Digimon are, Brandon?
I have a vague idea. When I hear Digimon, I think of basically a Hillary Clinton version of Pokemon.
A Hillary, like
Wrong.
What do you mean?
Wrong. That's not true.
What?
When I think Digimon, all I can think of is Renamon. That's the only one I know.
So like, you know, obviously, like most of the stuff I grew up with from like when I was younger was like shit from the 90s, despite being born in like 98. It's just that my parents had a lot of old crap from like the 90s and stuff, so you know, I'm a little more versed in old garbage. But old garbage, God, that's pretty sad to say. But Digimon the movie it has aged so poorly. Oh my God.
Haven't most movies from that era aged poorly?
I mean, if your movie has like a pop punk soundtrack for no reason other than it was popular at the time, it is aged poorly probably.
Bro,
But
the
it turns
Pokemon movies
out-
from back then are still fucking gold today.
Yeah, a lot of those have aged pretty well. But
Especially the fucking Entei one.
God, no, the fucking first one with Mew and Mewtwo, that one aged really well.
Like fine wine.
The Digimon aged like smelly cheese.
I'm looking up Digimon.
Smelly cheese.
Yeah. So before
Oh, I know
the
what
movie,
this shit is.
before Digimon the movie starts, there is basically a 5-minute short. It's an ad for another show on like Fox Kids.
It's an
called-
ad for Pokemon.
No, for Angela Anaconda, which was like this awful paper cutout show. It was fucking ugly to look at, and the girl had the most annoying voice. Like, I actually think it was done to be like a parody of children's cartoons, but it's not. But then they like go to the Digimon movie, and it's pretty okay. But then you notice that it's actually 3 separate movies that they just stitched together into one American movie for theaters.
How long was it?
How long is it?
Like 3 or 4 hours?
No, oh god, I think I'd blow my brains out if it was 3 or 4 hours. It's like 90 minutes, like 120, like the minimum
30-minute
for a theatrical
movies.
release. Yeah, I think the first two were like 30 or 40 minutes, and the last one was like 90, and they chopped it down to 40 and made
What
it like one whole
defines
movie.
a movie?
A theatrical release, I think, has to be 90 minutes or longer.
Okay.
So you can't be put in the theater unless it's 90 minutes or longer.
Okay.
Yeah. But Digimon the movie had like all the 90s crap, so you know, they had like God. Their like version of the internet and their computers were just like these bulky TVs. Oh my god. What else? They had these like ridiculous like ideas of what the internet would be in the future. And at one point in the movie, one of the kids like go into the computer and like fuses with his Digimon to give him the power to fight a virus.
What?
I mean, that's what happens in the show too. Like they get transported into like the internet basically and walk around with their Digimon and solve Digi problems.
That is such a 90s thing to do.
It's such a 90s thing to go into the internet and save the world.
Yeah, it really is.
Sounds like Sword Art Online.
Stop.
What other movies do you guys watch? I remember The Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant was great.
I'm trying to think. Like, it's hard to like remember, but then like after the cast, we'll just be like, "Fuck, we watched that movie too."
Yeah, the Rugrats movies.
Yeah, I didn't really watch those.
I don't know if I watched those. I can't remember.
Those have actually aged pretty well too.
A lot of animated stuff is like aged well. Bambi.
I'm trying to think of what CG stuff we watched as kids. Like Incredibles was the big one. Monsters
Power
Inc.
Rangers.
Power Rangers. Monsters Inc. Power Rangers.
Monsters Inc. was fucking great.
Yes.
Toy Story.
What?
Toy Story.
Toy Story. Yeah, all three.
See, you know what aged really well? Tarzan. God, the soundtrack in that movie
Lion
also
King.
amazing.
That movie would like get shit on if it was released today.
What, Tarzan?
Yeah, it'd be called sexist or something.
I could see that actually. I love the music in that. That movie makes me cry.
Like, I think the movie's fine, but like, I think it'd be shit on.
Lion King,
Oh yeah, that can't forget that one.
aka Black Panther, the prequel.
Do you
Roblox,
remember
the
Lion
movie?
King 1.5?
Yeah,
God,
I love that one. I love fucking
the movie no one asked for.
It was great.
Wait, I don't know if I watched
agree.
that.
That was the one where it fills in the gap between 1 and 2 that nobody
Oh,
It was
I
so
did
unnecessary,
watch
but it
this.
was so fucking good.
Why would they release this?
needed. It was basically the equivalent of Solo.
Nah, it was.
Except-
I haven't
See,
seen so.
see,
so I don't know.
their mistake is calling it 1.5. That's their mistake. Because the cover art looks awful. Like, it legit looks like they stuck a sticky note on the end of The Lion King and just wrote 1.5. Like, look at that.
It did. It fucking did. That was supposed to
God.
be like that was supposed to be the meme, I think, right?
Maybe? I don't know. That just looks bad.
Ooh, you know it was a great... this one hasn't aged that well either, but the Goofy movie? The Goofy movie was
remember
great.
that BuzzFeed
I
article from
remember
a
the
while
Goofy
ago?
movie. Yep.
You remember that
I
fucking
remember.
BuzzFeed article from a while ago, like the joke one that was like, fucking Goofy from the Goofy movie is hot now, or Max.
Oh, Max?
Yeah,
I don't think that was a
when
joke
that,
article.
When that meme came... No, it wasn't a joke article.
It
When
w-
that meme came out, the meme came out like the meme of the
Oh, it
fucking
was like
release
him
date.
and Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, no, I'm not gonna say that.
You were
Say
gonna
it.
say, honestly, I'd smash. You were gonna say that. Diesel, you're a fucking furry. You're a fucking furry.
No, ew, no.
What do you mean? You're just saying...
Well, why is it ew? What's
Diesel.
wrong with now? You fucking like discriminating against furries, Diesel? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I
God,
literally
damn,
just
this-
Diesel.
there is no winning. I backed myself into a corner.
Diesel, you like cat ears, and now, like, what even... Is it a dog? Like...
Yeah, they're all dogs in that
So,
movie.
you want to fuck a dog and a girl with cat ears.
Oh my god, you are. You know, it's a very '90s movie. The extremely goofy movie. It's
Yeah,
an
try to
extreme
change the fucking
version.
topic. Try to change the topic here.
They skateboard in the second one. It's really edgy.
Can we get Diesel the furry in the comments? Thank you.
God, no, I'm gonna get so much crap for that. Oh my god.
You'll be fine.
This is why I
Gorge.
don't respond to tweets at me anymore.
Maybe you just shouldn't have said honestly, and then be like, nope.
What's no getting out of it?
No, you could have filled something else, and you could have been like, honestly, it wasn't that good of a meme, or something like that. But instead, you're like, honestly, nope, no. Like, you took that grade.
Oh my god. My career is over.
Career over.
God, I can't wait to get all these wonderful tweets. Fuck everything.
I want someone to draw Diesel as a furry. Stick figures accepted.
I swear to God.
Are there any other movies we've watched? Do you got any furry movies you could recommend from the 90s?
Lilo and Stitch is great.
Oh yeah, that was a movie.
Yeah,
Wait,
Lilo and Stitch.
Did
Fucking.
that start as a movie and then become a show, or?
Movie
I think it
that
started as a
became
movie.
show.
Yeah, the movie
Yeah.
was the fucking origin.
And then the movie did really well. I remember the movie was way better animated than the show.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's because like the budget was like all condensed into one product that was going to be commercially released.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet, which is highly underrated. I don't even know. What that
Atlantis.
is. Atlantis is also really amazing. There's a lot. I remember a Power Rangers straight to DVD movie. I think it was with the ones that were like firefighters and cops and all of that.
SPD?
No,
Battlefield
not that
Hardline?
one. No, there was an older version. I think it was called Power Rangers Rescue or Power Rangers. Oh god, I gotta look this up now.
Whatever
Go,
happened to
Power
the Minecraft
Rangers,
movie? Whatever happened to the Minecraft movie?
Is it still coming out? What happened to the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? I missed that.
Okay, how the fuck? Actually, they didn't have a better plot line for a movie than Minecraft.
Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
That's a
There you
mouthful.
go. I know.
Oh, Lightspeed Rescue, yeah.
I'm gonna look up Minecraft movie.
Dude, the fucking did you ever see the fucking crossover episode between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers?
Yes.
It was great.
Okay, so guys, 3 days ago, and then a year from now, so we'll be able to see Minecraft in theaters apparently. May 24th,
Great.
2019.
It's still happening. How many times has it been delayed, if at all?
I'm not sure. I don't know why they're even making a Minecraft movie at this point. Like, they
Still
might as well just
popping,
make they might as well just make a fucking Fortnite movie.
Hell yeah! Wait, no, that already exists. Ron Higa.
Oh, that's true.
He made a Minecraft one too.
They could literally just like put building and then have it all blocky and then just be like Fortnite movie.
Fortnite movie. Wait, it's like imagine like they use real actors for a Minecraft movie. It's like, wait, what if we just
Yeah,
change a
what
couple
the-
things? It's Fortnite now.
Dude, what the fuck is the Minecraft movie even going to be?
Hey, I'm killing the Ender Dragon. I don't know. It could be like a silent film kind of like experimental piece. I don't know.
Or like the Lego movie. I don't really know what they do.
It comes out in the Netherlands first, then Russia, then the Ukraine, Brazil, and then the UK and the US. That's the order. But like, I don't know. That's so. The original title was just Minecraft. That's great.
MC Ride.
Man, that movie's gonna be shit. I have no faith in that movie.
It's
Honestly,
gonna be great.
Apparently, Solo's actually pretty good from what I've heard.
I'm seeing it tonight, so we'll find out.
Tired quite.
Huh.
How you gonna see it when you're in your box?
I don't know.
The box told me.
I'll figure it out, Brandon.
Don't question the lore.
Don't question the box.
What lore? This isn't a lore, Diesel. This is my life.
Well, it's there's backstory. After you say it, it's past tense, ergo lore.
You know, Diesel, you're an asshole.
Hey, you fought in the 41st millennium, okay, kid?
You literally trivialize every single aspect of my life, and it's some kind of fucking joke to you.
Oh my god.
Your life is a joke.
Quite.
You said it
quite-
yourself in my video.
Quite
So
realized he was a hoodie when he fell in love with a crop top named
Okay,
Susie.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's how it happened.
That's not how
No,
that
it was-
works.
it was
No.
a tank top named Jim.
Take top named Jim. You're like, damn, Jim. No, it's not Jim, it's Jeff. Oh
You
man.
make me hurt inside.
Okay, Diesel, you want to lead us into our extremely
God,
unfunny,
let's
unfun
let's
topic?
go into a completely unfunny topic. So recently, this subscriber of mine had been leaving really long comments about this thing called Diamond Gate, right? So for those of you that are unaware of what ElsaGate was, the gist of it was essentially these people were abusing YouTube's system to get all these children's videos that were not safe for children in front of children's eyes, and because they don't really know any better, they just let them run on autoplay, and you'd be exposing your kids to all these ridiculously strange and lewd or offensive videos that you really wouldn't want. And this person informed me of a subreddit called Diamond Gate, which is similar in that, you know, it's trying to remove provocative videos on YouTube. So the like, what is Diamond Gate that they have at the top of their subreddit is to stop these like videos with girls, sometimes underage, partaking in lewd actions commonly found in softcore porn videos, with the videos using an innocent or common topic as a title or theme, sometimes catered to children, for example, Minecraft, to make them unsuspecting to the public eye without further investigation. Examples include Lego building guides with an underage girl wearing just underwear and a bra while rubbing Legos in their bra, Minecraft Let's Play that suddenly cuts to softcore porn. And so essentially this is a pretty huge deal. That's the short gist of it, is that these videos are showing up on YouTube and being, again, marketed to kids, or just being on the website when they very clearly break the TOS on YouTube, and somebody should be picking up on them, but because of their titling and their tags, YouTube never sees them.
Yeah. So ElsaGate was especially bad because I don't know if this is related to this, but there was theories about ElsaGate where people were using the comment section with like code basically to communicate to potentially traffic kids. Like that was a theory. I don't know how well that holds up. I heard that it was basically 50-50, like it wasn't confirmed. So I don't know much about that, but like this also sounds just as bad, if not worse. And YouTube's not going to pick up on this anytime soon because it's like the tagging they use and the titling and things like that. It's just there's just nothing that you can really do to have a bot pick it up, unless you're going to content ID the exact video, which you really can't do because they're not going to point you in the right direction to content ID it, So it just comes down to people needing to report it and then YouTube needing to review the report. And I'm assuming YouTube probably has a priority system when it comes to reporting, and it's probably based off of how much traction videos are getting. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying it's a possibility. But this definitely sounds just as bad, and this is definitely gonna blow up at some point.
Yeah, like I'm looking at this like through some of these videos, and like one of the like more like looked at posts is help me crack this, and it's literally a 1-second video, and it's like a piece of paper with like a line of fucking code on it. And it's like, if you go to the comments, like this dude responds to the people who say done with a Rocket Man Protector out or something weird as shit. Like I have no idea what this is supposed to lead to because there's nothing explicit like in this video, but I feel like it like leads to something else.
Oh, that just gave me fucking goosebumps reading these comments because the fucking comments look like normal fucking like teenagers who are memeing. Like, the one dude has a picture of Kim Jong-un, and his name is XXX Ryan Plays Roblox XXXX.
I feel like he could be from the subreddit, and he's and like done could be like the fucking like code word or some shit.
Potentially,
that's very strange.
One digital,
because they're trying to crack this shit, and like I don't know like how they're stumbling across like how they're connecting these specific videos to each other.
Someone left
let me look at this channel.
Someone left a comment. Oh, it's the person who said exposed.
Oh, holy shit! The stuff on this channel is fucking weird. It's giving me chills looking at it. It's like fucking like it's like fucking just a still frame. Like it's just security footage and like a fucking like 8-second long security footage of like a random room with like a Hello Kitty thing.
I genuinely have chills looking at this fucking.
Jesus Christ! This is like
weird.
making me so uncomfortable. There's a kid fucking just footage of a kid sleeping.
So if I may elaborate on stuff like this, so I used to be a volunteer with the Child Abuse Prevention Center. So I would work as essentially a big brother for the kids that would show up to the center. But I also picked up a lot of jargon and talked a lot with detectives who worked in the sexual abuse and like violence division and all that. And I actually was able to talk to a detective one time about what it's like and how these things like happen. And people like who, if you're trying to discover like, oh, is there a pedophile ring? Is there something like strange going on here? This is the stuff they do where they're not going to like put it out in the open. This is kind of a little more open, which is why I'm a little shocked. You really wouldn't see it on like a clear web website like YouTube anymore. A lot of places like this go to like the actual like deep web. You're not going to see it publicly, but they don't talk about it in like open ways. They're not going to say, yeah, I'm trafficking kids. That's
the best way to hide is in plain sight. And if you're on like the literally the biggest website out there, except for like Google's bigger, but like, you know, Google's like a search engine.
It's like a subsidiary.
But it's like, your homepage.
It's like fucking with stuff like this. I feel like they're putting it on YouTube to like lead people to like subtly lead people to like a fucking like way where they would be in one of those more hidden channels, and like they're trying to turn a profit off that shit.
It could be a way to get them to the dark web.
Yeah, I don't know. God.
But
this shit is just genuinely fucking like scary to me. I don't know.
No, it's scary to think this shit exists. Like when I first heard about ElsaGate for the first time, I was so fucking like, I was like, really? that seems really far fetched.
Like, I didn't think it was like an actual
I'm
child
like,
ring.
yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's plausible. But like,
But then like the
Clearly it
shit
is.
starts popping up, and you're like, fuck.
yeah,
Yeah, there's lots of these strange videos with like Chinese girls, and it doesn't look racy, but then like halfway into the video, it switches to something else. And I actually think I might have stumbled across something like this way earlier. There's a channel called Some Ordinary Gamers, and he'll like look at YouTube videos, and he just came across a playlist that most of it was like kids content. But then all of a sudden, the kids' content would switch to stuff that's basically what the subreddit is.
Oh
like,
yeah. Some ordinary
looking at.
gamers. I've seen some of his shit. Like he does like deep web fucking searches. doesn't
Yeah, he does. He has actually a really good series on the deep web stuff. But yeah, no, definitely, this is super weird, and it's gonna be a huge issue for YouTube in the short coming of time. So I guess this is us informing you that it's out there. I mean, I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to be contacting other people that I know do stuff like
you
this.
should link your video to Trusted Flagger.
Yeah,
I will.
I'm.
Because he'll give it to YouTube higher ups.
I might do something on this, like not to like steal thunder from you, Diesel, but just like for the sake of getting the word out there.
No,
It's like-
yeah, it's no problem. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Like, I mean, obviously, like this is something that
Like this
will
is more
get
serious
attention,
than like
but-
just getting like we want this to get as much attention as possible because like if there is something there, something has to be done about it.
Well,
yeah.
Personally, I want the right attention on it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the
because
fucking
like, I know for a fact like the mainstream media will just take this and be like, look, at
they'll
YouTube,
just like,
they're
oh,
bad."
YouTube's done nothing, but like it's like they have to
Even
know
though they
that it
literally
exists.
even though they like they'd have to have people like legitimately like just spending hours looking this shit up to find it.
Yeah. Like they have to know it exists before they can do anything about it.
I think YouTube
like-
actually already has employees to find stuff like this. Or,
They,
like,
I'm
content
almost
that
certain they
exist.
do. Like I'm almost certain they do, especially after all like the numerous controversies they've had surrounding this shit.
Yeah.
A lot of which they can't control, or not directly. Well, they can directly control it. Just it's hard to in like such a massive capacity that it would require with all the content that gets uploaded.
Yeah, I think we've said our piece on that because like we really can't add anything else.
Yeah, we there's nothing really to add rather than just like telling you it's there.
It's weird
Telling you
too.
it's there. I don't know, like keep an eye out.
If you can do something about it, do your part. Make sure that creators that cover stuff like this are aware of it. Get the word out. Let's fix this. Obviously, YouTube doesn't know what's going on, and it's not
Yeah,
their
like
fault.
if
There's
they
so
knew
much
about it, like
content.
they would probably be on that shit really fast because they don't want
Yeah.
another fucking issue.
Yeah. All right. So let's hit a hard segue on that and go back to talking about a journalist. Like that Mr. Beast article.
PewDiePie.
Boy. Okay. So of course, YouTuber hit pieces are really popular. PewDiePie covered this in his titular series with Gloria Bojar, Pew News, where essentially. There's this article from Motherboard that says PewDiePie is teaching his audience that women are asking for it, right? Which is about the feud between him and Alinity, which takes completely out of context the things that Felix said and words them in a way that he is somehow putting women down.
Yeah. Also, I was talking to somebody about this. I think it was Henry. I was talking to somebody about this, and basically we were talking about like slander and articles and things like that. And we talked about like the Mr. Beast one versus the PewDiePie one that's linked. So the Mr. Beast one, it's like he wouldn't be able to like prove that it's like a slander per se because all they said was homophobic comments. That's it. They didn't call him a homophobe, right? But it's implied. But it's not clearly stated. But with the PewDiePie one, it clearly states that PewDiePie is quote unquote teaching his audience that women are asking for it, which is a huge fucking statement to make. Like that is a big statement unless he explicitly says like, hey, this is how like women are asking for it. Okay, like that is like no, he didn't say that. He didn't say anything like that. So like this one's immensely more fucked.
There
Did you see his fucking tweet? He's like the only ones asking for it is Vice for a slander lawsuit.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that because I mean, like you guys saw the stuff with Elon Musk where it was like with the media.
Yeah,
like, "You
those
are a
tweets
bad
confused me because like, so he first off he claimed that it was like a joke at first, like at one point, but like he owns the companies, like he owns the company, but like how do you pronounce it? Like, is it Pravada?
Pravda, I think.
Pravada. Well,
Pravda,
that's
I
like
don't know.
that was a communist newspaper. So like,
What?
Yeah, like look it up. Look it up. Look up.
He gets
Pravada.
like names from like the fucking like Russian sphere of YouTube, like Tesla and shit.
Yeah, here I'll send a picture in chat. There was a Russian newspaper, or it was not Russian, communist newspaper. Because like
I don't know,
That
he
was a
seems
long
to-
time ago.
he said it was a joke, but like he said the joke was obvious. So
I
like,
mean, if he was saying that he would make like a media like fact check like website, essentially like Snopes to keep media like, oh, this is their credibility rating,
yeah,
which I think would be a really great thing.
I would
considering
love that.
he, like
Honestly.
is being outed by the media. Like,
no,
I,
you know
I
what's
trust
funny?
him to be accurate.
You know what? What's really funny about that is I saw journalists responding to those tweets, being like, "Hey, don't do this. The media exists to keep big corporations in check." And I'm like, "Who's keeping you in check then?" That statement only makes it more of a reason to have this thing exist. Like
Most
that
of the
statement
media
doesn't
are-
help you.
It's like most of the media are mainstream corporations. Like
No,
fucking
they
Fox,
said
CNN.
they said big corporations, but yeah, most of them are big corporations still.
yeah,
so
like
it's like
Fox, like they're fucking mega conglomerates. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
so it's like we keep them in check. It's like then who keeps you in check? You know?
Like some of you are like part of big corporations. Like, are you keeping yourselves in check? Doubtful.
Yeah. Like with articles about PewDiePie like that, no, they're not. So I really hope Elon goes
mean,
through with that.
In politics, journalism is considered the grassroots fourth division of government, and it's clear that they need to be kept with some checks and balances. Because quite honestly, that's
They
the only
do.
part of government that has no formal checks and balances in
They
place.
do. Like it's hard to say like, oh yeah, journalists need to be restricted to some extent because it's like that you're treading on free speech laws, but people are publishing work and people trust these sources and they're putting out things that could damage someone's reputation. Like the Morgan Freeman shit, for example. Like people hopped on that instantly, right? But then Morgan Freeman made a statement saying like, yeah, this shit was all bullshit basically. I was joking. I was joking around. I agree. I shouldn't have said these things. Like they were jokes though. But it was like I never assaulted somebody or raped anybody. It was like no, that never happened. Completely false. And then it's just like, well, you just went ahead and slandered Morgan Freeman's name and got 2 headlines out of it because he responded. So I heard California was proposing something to make them legally required to do checks to make sure they're factually correct.
Well, I don't really trust the Californian government to do that.
It was proposed. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't California. It was a state.
I would prefer if the private sector regulates how accurate a journalist is, because they're only their site. If this site exists, their credibility is based off of how accurately they can figure out the credibility of a news source, instead of a government feeling that, oh, I don't really like what this journalist is saying, so let's ruin their credibility score,
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I feel like the same thing could happen, like with fucking if say like somebody made like an article about Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul has a rabid fan base. If like Jake Paul's millions of little kids downvoted that stuff to shit, a journalist's like fucking credibility rating could tank to shit just because they're afraid of the backlash that they could get for something that like might actually be justified. So there's a lot of ins and outs you have to consider because it's a two-way street.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could also be like, well, kids don't really know about, like, they're not going to really care. Like, they're not going to know about the credibility rating, So it's like...
You say that, but then you have people that are like, will vehemently go after anybody who, like, attacks, like, and obviously, like, he's in the right in the situation. Like, PewDiePie, like, is in the right, like, in the situation against Alinity, but you have people, like, that are fans of his that go after Alinity, like, rabidly. And I'm not saying that doesn't come out with some precedent, but like if that was someone like Jake Paul, where whatever he's got an article made on him for is probably like valid, like people like might not want to make that article anymore and call him out for that shit because like their credibility
That's
could get
true.
tanked.
I mean, there'd have to be lots of checks when you go on the site. Like Leon's already like said, like we'd have bot checking, for sure. And in a tech sphere, I trust Leon, not Leon, Elon. I trust I trust a tomato to do everything technical. I trust Elon to be able to, make a website that's nearly foolproof. Of course, it won't be because it's just code. You can always work around code, but at least you can try. But there needs to be some kind of restriction, in my opinion, because it's getting really bad. Like, it's getting really fucking bad. Because each time it happens, they realize more and more what kind of power they actually have. Because it's like, they don't have any repercussions for it. All they have is growth from it, right? Because it's like they make the article, they get ads on the article, they make more money because it's an outrageous article, and people click it and give them money. So it's like there's no disincentive for them not making.
I think the only disincentive to making articles like this is hello, Quiet. What the hell are you
My
doing?
bad. This is fucking add an alarm.
Anyway, the disincentive to not to making articles like this is if you piss someone off, and then that person will go and they dig through your history and find stuff out. Like I was just scrolling through Twitter, and there was a game journalist who he was talking about how sexual violence against women is bad, and like he was calling
I think I saw
I
this.
forget who it was, like a sexist. But then someone responded with, "You are literally a sex offender," and they pulled up his sex offender file. So the mainstream media has had their credibility absolutely tarnished, and the only people that have been doing it is themselves. Crazy how the people who are so vehemently against things like sexism or racism all turn out to be like the worst versions of what they claim to hate.
Well, yeah, because it's like their logic is it's like, oh, if I act like I hate the sexist, even though I'm a sex offender, they won't suspect a thing, you know? Even though at this point it's like the male feminist thing. It's like at this point, if you're a male feminist and you're like, I identify as a male feminist on YouTube. By the way, let me clarify. I'm not saying if you believe in equal rights for men and women. I'm saying like you're on Twitter, YouTube, being like, I'm a male feminist. Listen to me, that type of thing. Most of them are just creeps, at least from what I've seen. So
or there's Steve Shives.
yeah. Oh,
Leader
man.
of Screen Junkies.
I bet you anything, if any of you go to Twitter right now and type in Steve Shives, you are blocked by him. if you follow any of us, you're blocked by him.
Actually, yeah, if you follow us, you're probably in the blockchain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Steve.
Blockchain.
I hate. Shut
It's a
up.
different kind of blockchain.
I hate people who like go on about how like politically and morally correct they are, but like they're like Steve Shives and just block everybody who disagrees. It's like my opinion is above yours.
No, I find it hilarious how hypocritical those people are because Arthur Chu, who I don't know, he won like Jeopardy one time, and I think he's like a writer for Ars Technica. But he was talking about how Total Biscuit was a bad person, a bad man, and like you should be allowed to like protest his funeral. But then like the way it read, it sounded like when I die, you're allowed to have a riot at my funeral. And people were like, wait, is Arthur like encouraging that he get like a riot at his funeral when he dies?
What the hell?
It was just really funny. No, Arthur Chu is a complete fucking loser.
Sounds like it.
He is the kind of guy who would like somehow be informed of me calling him a complete fucking loser and then like bitch about me behind the block on Twitter. That's how bad he is.
Actually, you know what I just thought about? Like the whole mainstream media argument is like the same Twitter argument we had a couple podcasts ago where we talked about like should Twitter, you know, for example, be legally required to uphold free speech laws because it's such a mainstream platform. Like that brings me back to it. So like I think within the next 10 years, we're going to have some kind of movement that pushes for like social media like Twitter and YouTube and things like that to hold free speech laws because like they're private businesses. I understand that, but at the same time, they are also the main source of communication. You know, pretty much everywhere. So it's like it makes sense. You know, because it's like no one nowadays is gonna go in public and just stand in a box screaming in the town about like their beliefs. You know, they're gonna post it on Twitter. So I think it's gonna be interesting the next 10 years or so.
This is definitely a derail from the PewDiePie thing, but just like this article takes what he says and is like saying that he like is wishing for someone like wishing for something else, and they're completely avoiding like they never address the copy strike. The copy strike has become such a meme. My entire comments are just flooded with copy strike this,
Because
copy
it's
strike
fucking
that.
hilarious. She's just sitting in her chair like can we copy strike PewDiePie? Like, you know, smacking her fucking spaghetti. Like,
You know,
it's fucking
but
hilarious.
like this article is saying that these Twitch streamers who are breaking terms of service on Twitch, which is completely out for this article to see, for this writer to see, they are saying that it is okay for them to do that when that already breaks Twitch's terms of service already, you know? And they don't ever take that argument into account. They don't take that video into account. They don't take any of the things that Alinity did in the past into account. They don't take her saying the N-word on stream. However, they will use things like PewDiePie's controversy, where he said things like the N-word for his like issues, and that makes no sense. That's such a double standard, you know. And they're arguing about the double standard of like women being called whores, right, when they dress like this, but when men do it, it's not like sexual in nature.
Wait,
And,
I have a question. Is it okay to call a man a whore?
Yes,
You're a whore.
thank you.
Damn. He went in, bro.
Okay,
He
continue.
went in.
But they're just like, they're completely ignoring everything Alinity did for what? The sake of defending her because she's a woman? Excuse me, I don't think
Well,
she
it's
gets
like,
any more defense for that.
No, she doesn't. But it's like the victim card. It's like she's painting a picture here, and Alinity's the victim, and PewDiePie's the big bad man. And why bring up like why would you add things to the argument that would only defuel your argument? It's like, oh yeah, Alinity's the victim, PewDiePie's big bad man. Ignore everything Alinity has said and done that makes her the same in the situation. Just ignore all of that. PewDiePie's bad. So
Yeah, that's where you can start poking holes. That's why it's like better to be preemptive and like you introduce those potential like counters like in your own argument and then you refute them there.
yeah, but like, why would you
But you
refute
can't
them
just
if no one's
straw
gonna
man when
fact
you do
check
that, which
you?
they probably would straw man, to be fair.
Like
if
all-
they tried to do that.
All the 80-year-old and shit are probably reading this article like that poor woman Alinity. So
I also find it really funny how they're like saying that these women using their bodies on stream is kind of like, again, that like feministic movement. But if a game has like titties in it, first of all, that game's not allowed to be on Twitch. Second of all, that game is sexist.
yeah, I've heard like really mixed arguments about like the whole like, oh, is revealing yourself for attention and things like that feminist movement, or is that against the feminist movement? I've heard feminists say it's not feminist, part of the feminist movement. I've also heard non-feminists say or feminists say it's feminist. So it's like, I don't get it. Like, what is it?
People can't agree. Like, is it stopping people from being able to see it? So like to fight against the sexualization of women, or is it like the ultimate freedom and choice? I don't know. That's the
Well, I mean,
there.
obviously, if we're gonna go for ultimate freedom, it's in choice. Like,
that's where I stand. But then again, I'm not.
well, it's like okay, freedom equals choice. Therefore, having the choice to do what you want is freedom.
or is freedom from choice?
No.
That's from a movie. I forgot where that was from.
Man, I
These-
bet you sounded real smart using it.
Yeah, but yeah, this whole situation of PewDiePie and shit is really really dumb. Like Alinity's obviously in the wrong. All right, like.
Alinity's done. She's clearly done. Why? First of all, guys, no reason to harass her and call her a thought. Look, I know you don't like what she does, but nobody needs that.
Yeah, like, yeah, you can give like opinions on her, being like, I think certain things about it. Like, you just do that, right? But don't just go like tweeting at her thought, because it's like, why? Like, what does that get you? It just
Then you are
harasses her.
proving Motherboard's point.
Yeah, it's just harassing at that point. It's like, I might have opinions on someone. Like, sure, maybe I do think she's a thought, but I'm not gonna go tweet it at her. Like if you do think she's a thought, don't go tweet it at her. Just let her be.
Verbalize and address your opinions and say why you think a certain thing instead of just insulting someone. Because if you're better at constructing those arguments now, especially if you're like a teenager, because I know a lot of my audience is, when you're older, that's gonna pay off. Okay, because you'll be better at arguing your ideas with your peers. And that's going to be really important, especially if you want to be successful in whatever you do, regardless of what it is. So,
Or-
practice now on the internet.
Or you could tweet at her saying, I think you're a thought because, and give like a valid
There you
reason. Just give a valid reason. Don't just straight up say it.
I mean, my personal feeling is if you got boobies and you want to show your boobies on stream, fine, go ahead. Just don't say that you are standing up for women's rights by jiggling your titties in front of the camera.
Yes.
Because there are actual women who are fighting like terrorists overseas that are fighting for women's rights. Okay?
Yeah, like, it's your choice, but just don't try to make it something bigger than it actually is.
Anyway, Motherboard, you're stupid. I should have never worked with you journalists in the past to do a fucking
Do
story.
you work with them before?
I fucking gave them tons of information on Lion Maker back in the day.
Well, Diesel, we got to kick you from this podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we don't work with the
right.
mainstream media.
I mean, now I don't.
Next episode, you will be replaced with who can we replace him with?
Scrubby.
We can replace him with, let's see, maybe Kappa.
Yeah, I like
Wow,
Kappa.
wow.
No, we get
He's
Mac.
bigger than-
I'd be
he's
so
bigger than you.
pissed.
Kappa,
We
Kappa.
can replace him with Mac.
Mac. there's the obligatory Mac mention.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, so moving on from that to something kind of unrelated. So we have our music recs again.
Bro,
me
we
and
got
D-
2 more topics.
No, you don't. Fuck you. Eat my ass.
Okay,
Eat my
we'll,
ass.
We'll do your
What?
music recs first, and then we'll go into how much fiber is too much fiber, and the gym's weird. All right?
I've never been to a gym in like a couple years because I've never been to one.
That's something I'd
But,
say, but I've actually been in a gym before.
But my recs for this week were IDK Dog Love Kitty with Mother Mary Gold, SZA Love Galore featuring Travis Scott, and Amine Campfire featuring Injury Reserve.
And my Rex were Watsky, Don't Be Nice, Nefex, Rumors, and Wax, Rosanna.
Link to
Cool.
all of those down in the description, and I'm not going to say next episode, but a episode from now, we will talk about them and if we enjoyed them or not.
There we go.
Okay, back up to how much fiber is too much fiber. So you know when you're taking a shit and it doesn't come out, you you don't have enough fiber. Okay,
Oh
Diesel,
my
this is your
God.
topic.
Okay, so Brandon and I, before the cast, were having a very heated discussion about like how fiber works in your body, and Brandon one is wrong because he thinks it makes you like have big poops, but that's not.
Well,
how that
no,
works.
I thought it was funny because you're like, you're like, my shits are the size of horse shits, and I'm like, you're having too much fiber.
I thought we weren't gonna bring up this.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to bring up the other thing.
Well, this is fine. Okay, you know what? Anyway, I was telling Brandon how I needed to figure out how to like fix my bowel movements because it was just like too much for me, you know, man.
I mean, they needed context for the fucking discussion we were having. Like, what else were we gonna say? Like,
they
we were
did,
talking
they
about
did.
actual horse shits. Like,
No. And so I went out and I bought a bunch of Fiber One stuff, and I can say that my bowel movements have improved. However, there is one time that I had too much fiber, and there are these protein bars that have fiber like built into them. And one time I ate like 300, 400 times the daily amount of like fiber you should consume. So first of all, you'll know you'll have too much fiber when you have intense stomach cramps. I don't know what being on a period feels like, but I think that might be it. And then I shat my brains out beyond belief. I had never in my life had I been overcome with such a raging river in my entire life.
a
So
waterfall,
that's a waterfall. There's Niagara up in that.
Jilly juice
toilet.
up in here.
It was Jilly Juice up in here. It
Um,
was absolutely awful.
but what happens if you don't have enough fiber? You just not poop.
You get really constipated, and like sometimes you gotta push really hard, and then obviously you can tear the lining of your asshole, which is awful.
Who the fuck designed the human body? This is so shit.
Yeah, dude. I think about this all the time. I'm like, our brains are great, but like our bodies are like super obsolete. Like,
It's like, who the fuck made this shit?
yeah, it's like we're like compared to other animals, we're not even that strong, you know? Like,
I think we like have endurance or something stupid.
yeah, we have endurance. The whole concept is it's like cheetahs can sprint really fast, but we can like outrun them or something like
We
that.
can go. We can go for a long time. Like
Apparently,
a
that's what
long
we're supposed to
time.
do. Yeah.
Not that it's fun to do it, but we're able to.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as a human, we should be immune to all diseases, and you know, everything.
How is sickness even a thing? Just don't get sick, bro.
Yeah, just don't get sick, bro. Like, why do we
You
get
need to
sick?
drink Jilly Juice.
Chili juice will make you ascend to a higher plane.
It's one way to get thyroid cancer.
Do you think chili juice causes cancer?
Probably, like it'll probably create fucking issues in your thyroids because
I mean,
sodium.
It does give you strokes.
Yeah, like
Gives you stroke.
it probably contributes to your chances of getting cancer. I'm
Oh,
sure
for
about
the people who don't know what we're talking about, did we talk about chili juice in the podcast before? I think we did.
We talked about it on a different episode, like the one that's coming out after this one.
Really?
Wait, did
No.
Wait, did
No,
we?
it
I
was
don't
like
remember.
last
this one.
episode. Dude, fucking
Okay, so-
recording 9 after 10 is really weird. So, also, episode 10 has salt on it for everyone who was asking. So there you go.
There you go.
Be happy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have salt.
It has pepper on it. I'm sorry. But we were talking about Jilly Juice. Okay, so for the context, right, there was this crazy lady in Dr. Phil. Her name was Jilly, correct?
Yes, Jill.
Yeah, and then she sold this juice called Jilly Juice, and basically Jilly Juice was a combination of cabbage and salt and water. That's literally it. And she instructed you to drink a gallon of it a day, which was up to 7 times the max amount of sodium you're supposed to have in a day. So basically, it would kill you if you drank enough of it. And people
preserve your own body.
Sodium poisoning, essentially.
people actually had strokes from this because they drank too much. And Jilly refuses to take responsibility of, it's not my juice, you're doing it wrong. So, I don't know how she's not dead.
I don't think she's drinking it.
No, dude, she's a lunatic. She's a loony.
She's definitely drinking her own juice.
Yeah, she'd give it to her kid.
How could you not?
I was watching the Dr. Phil clips about that, and the people who said it was working for them and they were giving it to their kids, I'm like, shit, that sounds like something like CPS should be involved with.
No, for sure. Like giving your kid like I don't know how much, like probably like how much do you think they give a kid? Like even a cup of that, a cup of that shit a day is too much sodium. Too much. And don't they want that to like substitute your entire diet?
Yes.
So yeah, exactly. No, that's awful. Giving that to a kid's fucking awful. Okay,
No
so
mas.
If it had fiber, it'd be okay, but it doesn't.
Debatable. Isn't cabbage is very fibrous?
It's a joke because we were talking about fiber.
I am just saying, Brandon.
Okay, so how much fiber is too much fiber? Too much fiber is the point where your butt goes open more than it should.
When you have an anal prolapse, that's when you have too much fiber.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what causes an anal prolapse.
If there's blood in your toilet, after you take a shit, there's a problem.
Yes.
Okay, next up in the FPS Diesel topic list, we have the gym is weird.
Okay, so neither of you exercise because you're filthy heathens.
I'm literally a piece of cloth. What do you want from me, Diesel?
You're not Chads like me.
I'm not a Chad when I exercise. I go out.
Yeah, but you can't float, pussy.
I mean, I can float.
That was the most childish pussy I've ever heard from you.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Pussy.
You can't float, pussy!
It's all I got. Okay, it's all I got.
But yes, so I go to the gym frequently, and I don't know if you. Okay, Brandon, you set foot in the gym, right?
Yes, I have. All right,
have you
Diesel.
Been in a gym
I have, Diesel. You insulting.
No
shit.
feet to set for me.
Have you been in a gym locker room before?
Have you hovered over a gym?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So have you hovered and or walked into a gym locker room?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
you know all the old men that hang out in the gym locker room? That is like the worst thing in the world.
And forget to don't even deign to put their fucking towels around their waist.
No, they're just like it's like at a certain age you just get so comfortable with having your cock and balls out that you're just walking around the locker room just like stretching on the bench, letting like your balls dangle there, like your niblets.
Can we please move on? Can we go on?
No, he hasn't hit the punchline yet.
Don't care. I'm done. I don't care.
So even worse, old dudes do this thing where they get dressed, but they make sure to put on their fucking underwear and pants last. So there's tons of old dudes in the gym.
So they'll put on a shirt and socks before their boxers.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And this is called
last.
shirt cocking, right? This has been coined by bro science, so it's accurate. It's science. It's called shirt cocking. Shirt cocking is when your cock when your cock like sticks out of the bottom of your shirt, you can just see the tip, and like it is rapishly creepy. No one wants to see that.
So
I still think we should have just skipped this topic.
I would have loved to call this episode shirt cocking, but we'd probably get demonetized for the image.
We would.
For the image.
Just picture like a stock photo of an old guy, but then like you see him not wearing pants. That's what it is.
Somebody commented on the last podcast, they're like, "Oh, I love this podcast, but we want one thing." And it was like, read more visuals, and I just responded saying never on the account.
This is the exact reason you don't need visuals. I've also seen dudes in the gym like work out straight up in underwear. That's really weird. Like, don't do that, please, for the love of God. But there's lots of weird shit that you see if you go a lot. There's also the thirsty ass dudes who will stare at a chick in yoga pants and basically undress her with their eyes. Don't do that. That's gross.
Okay, Diesel, are you done talking about the gym? Because I want to talk about a very important topic. Quite take it away.
Wow.
How do you pronounce rural?
The
Not
hell?
like that.
Now I think I'm gonna fuck it up if I say it.
Say
Okay,
it.
so
Rule.
the reason I asked this is because in the last song that I recommended, part of the music video is like they just like argue over how you pronounce rural, and I need your guys' opinion.
Rule.
Rural.
It's like rule, but with like an A. It's like
No, it's
Rural.
rule. God damn it, this is a hard word. Text to speech, here I come.
Rural.
Earl. Earl.
One at
Now
a
you're
time.
just saying. Now you're
One
just
at a
saying
time.
Earl.
I know
Rural.
I'm saying Earl, because it's funny. Earl.
Rural.
Earl.
GIF here's the question: is it GIF or GIF?
It's
GIF.
literally GIF.
It's GIF. Oh
It's
my god!
GIF.
Shut up.
It is literally
GIF.
GIF. I hate people who make it sorry. It is
It's
literally
GIF.
so
I hate
the
people who
seeds
think
of
it's GIF. You
Discord.
fucking idiot.
It's GIF. The creator said it's GIF.
You got lobotomized at age 6. I'm convinced, Brandon.
Oh my god.
It's GIF. No, it's not. It's GIF. Shut up.
You just
How
said
about
GIF,
this hot
boy.
take? It's jive.
Okay, Diesel,
You know
you've
what?
you've been kicked
You know
the
what,
second time for the
Brandon?
podcast.
Let's team up. Let's team up and find a replacement for Diesel. I think that's a good idea.
I like just sowing the seeds of Discord. Okay.
Nah, mate. I think you're just sowing the end of your own career.
It is literally GIF.
It's a GIF. Shut
It's
up.
GIF.
Shut up. It's a GIF.
Okay, I want everyone in the comments to put if it's GIF or GIF in the comments. So,
How are they supposed to distinguish that?
But just say just like.
Wait, do we have the community tab?
GIF or
On,
GIF.
wait. Do we have the community tab on Loudmouth yet?
No, we
No.
should, but we don't.
When we get it, that's the first poll we're doing.
No. Okay.
GIF or
Regardless
GIF.
of whether it's GIF or GIF, spell it GIF so that way we can't tell.
Yes.
It's GIF.
Rural.
It's Earl.
Rural.
Earl.
It's rural.
It's pronounced
Rural.
Earl.
It's pronounced Patrick Ewing.
Earl.
Rural.
It's pronounced rural.
Earl.
rural.
Earl.
Y'all don't know how
Rural.
to speak English.
Earl.
Rural.
Earl.
Rural.
Okay.
I'm on a podcast with two morons.
Hey, don't make us exile you, all right? We're giving you your third chance here.
Rural.
Shirt cocking.
All right, he's fucking out. He's done.
3 strikes you out. All in
And
one
on to more
episode.
important matters. So over the past few days, there have been rumors that Nicki Minaj is dating Eminem. What? Because someone asked in the comment section. We care about this so much. I just thought it was fucking hilarious because it's so stupid. But like some dude asked in her Instagram comments. He's like, "Are you dating Eminem?" And she's like, "Yes."
Well,
What? Well, there you go. This story's been solved.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Donald Glover and Childish Gambino, are they the same person?
I saw this Twitter moment and I lost my fucking mind.
Why?
Why?
this supposed to
'Cause I
bring
didn't
up
know they were
some,
the same person.
is this supposed to bring up some deeper philosophical question, or is it like literally like, are they the same person? Like, is that the? I'm confused.
I was intending for this to be a meme segment, but
Oh, well then no, they're not the same person.
yeah, I mean clearly.
Childish
Like,
Gambino
one-
is Donald Glover's lost brother. They were separated at birth. Childish Gambino lives in an island in the middle of nowhere, so he has no idea who Donald Glover is.
So
I
what
don't-
about Lando Calrissian? Who's he?
Well, he's played by Donald Glover. What are you talking about?
Oh, so then I thought he was played by Childish Gambino.
No. Childish Gambino is on an island.
He's a musician.
The only thing he does on the island is make music because he's bored. And then people from the United States go to his island and take the music from him and then post it. And then Donald Glover plays Childish Gambino.
Who's
Yes.
the guy from Community?
I don't know. There's a lot
Eric
of guys
Andre?
from Community.
No, not Community. Fucking.
I
Donald
know.
Glover.
I'm just fucking.
You're just
Donald
fucking.
Glover is Lando. Has he played in any other movies?
Yeah.
Who's that guy from? I almost said Star Wars again.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
I don't know the character. He was like
He was
a-
Aaron Davis in Spider-Man: Homecoming. And, something else. Something.
He was
something,
Anthony.
something.
Who did you say he was? He
I
was
think it was
Davis.
Aaron Davis.
He was Aaron Davis in Spider-Man: Homecoming
How the fuck did you know that?
because he's in the movie.
Oh, Donald Glover or Childish Gambino? What's the like? How do we
Glover,
determine
man.
who's who?
Glover.
Okay, no, this is who's who. Childish Gambino, right, is Donald Glover's long lost brother. He lives on an island. He's not allowed to leave, right? The record company goes and takes the music he makes on the island because he's bored, right? And then Donald Glover plays Childish Gambino in his music videos.
Lucky. Childish Gambino gets a whole island. I'm stuck with a box.
Sorry, you gotta make music.
Your box is
I think
infinite.
that's a good spot to wrap up this episode. What do you guys think?
I mean, like, can we talk about shits more?
No, shut up.
I don't think I had enough fiber.
End the podcast
Brandon,
right there.
like I like just looking at your profile picture while you say this stuff. Like I can't keep a straight face. Like I just see the fucking like the eyes of Satan staring back at me as you say, "Can we talk about poop more?"
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, you ruined it.
God, stop recording.
Thank you for watching this episode. What?
Oh wait, we need to do the outro.
We need the
right?
outro
Oh my
so they
God.
know where to like and subscribe and follow on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Thank you for watching this episode of Loudmouse. Be sure to check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube, and also follow us on Twitter. Am I doing the outro or are you doing the outro,
You're
Brandon?
doing the
Huh?
outro. I'm just butting in.
Fight.
Earl.
Earl.
How? Rural.
Earl.
Okay, the podcast is over. Fuck off.